People laughed when Alice pursued her PhD in shyness, but who's laughing now, chumps? Who's laughing now? Shy Guy was filmed before a live studio audience.
In class, it's not so bad. But when school's out and the others go off to enjoy themselves, well, if you're what they call a shy guy, that
Mario is probably throwing vegetables at your head.
the loneliness of being new in town. You don't know how to make people like you, and you find yourself holding a grudge against them.
You lash out by pantsing them and dumping their books.
Outside, looking in. You might have something to contribute to their conversation, but nobody cares whether you do or not.
It might be because you dress like a 47-year-old accountant.
And you don't know how to begin breaking it down. You imagine they keep watching the way you look, the way you act.
The way you keep trying to eat soup with a fork.
So, you head for home. What else?
And there you work on your plans for world domination.
An outsider.
Hello, Phil. How's everything?
Oh, okay, I guess, Dad.
I wet my pants at school again today, but otherwise okay.
All right, I guess. I know it isn't either. I can't figure out where to connect in the oscillator. I know I have to connect it into the amplifier, but where? It just doesn't fit in.
The oscillator's a metaphor for me, isn't it? Why must my life be so poetic?
How are things going in school?
Oh, okay, Dad. But school here isn't like it was back in Morristown.
The wedgies here are way worse.
School is like your radio. This oscillator will do its work well. But as you said, you still have to fit it in so it can work with all the other parts.
I know
It needs
what
to
you're trying
conform.
say, Dad, but
Get it, son?
I
Conform.
will fit in, not here. I'm different from the guys in this town.
They just don't get my furry lifestyle.
That's what makes people interesting.
Maybe.
You know, when we moved here this summer, I had quite a time making friends in a new office where everybody else knew each other.
What'd you do, Dad?
Well, that's beside the point, son.
Let's just say I've done some things I'm not proud of.
But I bet the other men didn't look at your clothes all the time.
Well, what makes you think they look at your clothes?
Oh, because the other fellas wear sweaters or just shirts, not a regular suit like mine.
That's because it's school, not a day at the
The
office.
clothes alone won't... Phil, what about the other fellows? What do they do? What do they like?
Are their fathers
Gosh, Dad,
proto-William
I never
Shatners?
noticed. Only I know it's not radios.
Radio geeks were the computer geeks of the 40s.
You don't notice what the others are interested in. Why not try to find out?
How, Dad?
Well, you might try watching, listening.
Following them into the gym showers?
Boys and girls in school, and keep an eye on them.
If you can get some dirt on them, you can blackmail them into being your friends.
Why people like them? Not that you'll ever be just like any of them, but you might learn something. Well, see you at dinner.
Until then, you'll remain locked in the basement as usual.
Now, there's an idea. Maybe a good idea. Worth a try, anyway. And tomorrow's not too soon to start.
It's never too soon to start creepily watching your classmates.
Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Who are they now?
Probably not the ones wearing their grandmother's sweaters.
Andy McIntyre, for instance. People like him, all right.
At least I haven't seen him getting pantsed in the hallway.
And popularity, too. There's Jane Davenport. She's popular with boys and girls. And Jack Gilbert. What's he got that makes people like him so much?
An older brother who helps him get beer for parties.
Andy's got something to say, and Jack's listening. He really seems interested.
Pretend to be interested.
In what people are talking about. Maybe that's why he hits it off so well with everybody. Anyhow, Andy thinks he's a great guy.
One popular kid likes another popular kid. Story at 11.
Easy, just listening. But what's this? Sounds like Jane's caught on to the same thing. She's listening. Hearing about Helen's collection of menus. And liking it.
A menu collection?
Kingpin with
There
Helen.
really wasn't much to do in the 40s, was there?
Maybe there is something in this business of being a good listener. But Still, there must be more to getting along with people than just wearing a sweater and listening.
Maybe some more eavesdropping will help him become more popular.
What's the matter, Bob? Handle stuck?
Yeah, I can't get it open.
Oh, here, let me try. It's a trick to some of these.
Well, here's the problem. You didn't unlock it.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick.
Now, why didn't you think of that? Chick's always doing things for people. And it pays off in friends.
I wish that I could be like the cool kids. Because all the cool kids, they seem to fit in.
I could find some good outside reading material.
I found a swell book that covers everything Miss Carson wants us to know. It's called The Last Days of Monarchism by Henry Darrow.
I had no idea there were still Cro-Magnons around in the 40s, but there he is.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
It's okay, Chick.
You dope. You knew about that book. You could have been the guy that helped a guy.
You could have butted into their conversation and one-upped him.
There it is again. Even when you bump into people, they hardly know you're alive. You're alone, Bud. Alone in the crowd.
Looks like it's time to join a cult.
Try to find out what the score is. Look at Jack and Beezy over there. Girls seem to like them. Why? What's the angle?
The angle is to keep heavy breathing and beady eyes to a minimum.
At least they seat the girls and give their orders to the waiter. They aren't loud like some of the guys.
They don't slap their butts like I do.
Milkshake and malted, double chocolate malted. Okay, I got it. Whoa, jeez.
Excuse me, please. I've got the orders for my table. Just helping out during rush hour, Bob.
You are going to give me a cut of your tips, right?
Okay, Bob. Hey, girl.
There's Chick being helpful again.
I can't quite decide. Why don't you wear that blue and white striped dress with Jake? I love the way it stays.
Hey, don't tell me you two are still talking clothes.
I thought we'd agreed on starting that nudist colony. I know what the lotion is for, and I'm not judging you. Come over so we can talk sweaters. Sweaters are cool. No, the other guy wearing his grandmother's sweater.
Phil, sit down. Make yourself at home.
Oh, Chick, how are you?
Pretty good. Come on, sit down.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
We men need some support to run down this girlie's chatter.
Let's talk about manly things like power tools and cars and belching.
The topic under discussion is the mixer next Friday night at school. You're going, aren't you?
I don't know, Chick. I haven't got a date yet.
Well, grab yourself a girl and come along.
That's how you got a date back then. Just grab a girl and she was stuck with you.
I'd like to, Chick. Yeah, I sure would.
I'm more of a Pepsi man myself, but they say opposites attract. Ah, she makes me feel tingly in my special place.
Yeah, sure would be something to take Mary Lou to the mixer. Wonder if she already has a date.
Sorry, kid. Barney Fife beat you to her.
Well, how's the oscillator coming along?
Hi, Dad. Oh, I haven't quite got it working yet. But, you know that other business we were talking about? Well, I've been following your advice.
And now I have several restraining orders against me.
Yeah, Dad, I think I did. It looks like people who get along best with other people are, well, the people who think about the other guy. They make a point of listening to what others have to say and
That's what makes the NSA so great at making friends.
being polite toward them. Do you suppose it's sort of a case of thinking so much about other people that you don't have much time to yourself?
Well, perhaps that's right. Maybe the best way to find out is to try it next chance you get.
Conducting social experiments on people without their knowledge is the key to making friends.
I wasn't going to go, but in the drugstore the other day, Chick said I ought to come.
Good idea, Phil.
Well, Dad, there is a girl I'd like to take, Mary Lou Wright, but I'm not sure she'd go with me. Never even talked to her. I'd probably fall all over myself.
I bet Dick Sargent never has these problems.
Probably got a date by now.
Well, it is pretty late to ask a girl. Why don't you just go stag? You needn't worry about doing anything wrong, Phil. You act all right. Just do and say whatever seems most natural.
So assert dominance by peeing on the furniture.
Maybe it will
Got
be
it.
easier after I've had a chance to talk to her at the mixer. You know what? I kind of think this is going to fit in after all.
Enough with the clumsy metaphor, son. This party looks wild. A game of Never Have I Ever could break out at any moment. Okay, Phil. Just gotta get through this without pooping yourself. You can do it.
Well, this is it. Sink or swim. Oh, there's Mary Lou. She did come with another guy.
That cheap hussy. And after I didn't ask her myself. This party's really lame. No one here is having fun. Somebody kill me with a gun.
Go get something to eat, huh? They're breaking up the piano game. Look at Beezy, listening first to one boy, then another.
Had Phil never met another human being before moving here?
A good listener. But what's this? They're talking about radios. It's right down your alley. They're asking Beezy about penny stock.
What a buffoon. The answer is obviously 42.
Tell him, but she just to butt in. Beezy's still stuck.
Hey, Phil, your prehistoric friend is trying to tell you something and you're ignoring him.
That's it.
I need serious psychological help.
An offer of help. That's welcome anywhere.
Then why do I get slapped every time I offer a woman help in the
It's
Macy's
not hard
dressing
to get
room?
yourself into a conversation. A mention of a similar problem in connection with the record player. They're interested in that record player.
I thought it was a radio. Pay attention, narrator.
They are interested in that shy guy. They know he's alive now.
And yet he still smells like a corpse for some reason.
He's just discovered that they're alive. Of course they'd like to see the record player.
It's the 40s and fun hasn't been invented yet.
Tomorrow afternoon.
I just have to do a little more soldering and connect the oscillator into the amplifier and everything will fit in.
Oh, Phil, could you have it ready by next week and bring it over to my house?
I guess so.
Some of the gang's coming over Thursday night, and we could have a lot of fun with it. You will come, won't you?
Of course, you do understand that by coming, you're joining the gang and have to mug a guy to prove your loyalty.
Not that his worries are over. He'll still have his moments of doubt, of hesitation, of fear that he might do something wrong.
At any moment, he might accidentally call his teacher Mommy.
Because he knows that he's not really different. And while he's discovered only a few of many ways to overcome shyness, he's discovered that it can be done.
And with minimal stalking.
And that's the main thing, isn't it?
Tee, conforming is fun. Getting over social anxiety disorder. It's just that easy.